Hi, I'm Carcino. Oh, let's talk about it. Let's talk about it.
No one knows Carcino and none of these.
There's so much going on in the world, and I'm just giving my 2 cents on it. Go in and do a raid at someone's house, but you don't have an arrest warrant for them. And it's showtime. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh. Well, okay. Did anybody else have that? Don't know how that happened. But anyway, 1, 2, 1, 2. Rihanna versus Jay-Z and Rock Nation. Or Beyonce suing Fendi and Rihanna. Look, there's a very good reason why I never mentioned this. And reason number one, which is clear to me that I didn't mention it, is because of the simple fact that the reason that this whole situation was going on now, Rihanna did have a problem. And that problem had to do with Jay-Z. Jay-Z and Rock Nation wasn't doing what they promised. And when they had title, things didn't go in the direction they needed to go. So because of that, there was a lot of problems in the launch. So when the launch went down, it was not favorable to those and all parties available. Now, she felt like her album, the last one she put out, Anti, and she felt like the launch was terrible. It didn't service her, and she was very unhappy with it. I can't blame her because it was mismanaged, and they didn't do that with Beyonce's album. They made her album exclusive, hurting her sales, hurting everything that she had built and worked hard for on that album. And it was a late blooming album that would have been quite successful had not have been tampered with the way that Jay and his team, messed that up. They botched it. So in order for her to come back and do an album, she was like, well, I got to be paid properly for it, or it's not worth it for me to do. So I understand that. That makes a lot of sense to me when you have a situation where details are going in your favor. So you feel like, all right, that's how you're supposed to feel. Well, for me, things are a little, bleak at the moment, like Memphis bleak when it comes to that situation because when the scenario goes in a direction where it's not pulling its own weight, and you start to look at it, you start to say to yourself, okay, what am I in this for? Okay, great, people. That's nice for you. So always when I'm making a video, nobody want to bother me until I'm making a video. Now, when people start, doing things that started this, you know, Tony Busby comes with this lawsuit with Jay Z out of nowhere, right? And added him to the Diddy case after trying to basically extort him for some money. And Jay was not the one to go for that. And he started fighting back with the Rock Nation lawyers. And since that has been going in the way it was going, and the case against him just got dismissed, he's still on Alex Spiro's head. Now Spiro's trying to focus back. I mean, not Spiro. Sorry about that, Busby. He's trying to put all his energy back into Diddy cases, but you got Jay Z still on your head. You got to deal with Hov, homie. Allow me to reintroduce myself. So yeah, he's got a whole problem, a whole problem. No diggity, no doubt. Now, the fact of the matter is, there was this cringy, actually information that went out that was telling everybody, "Oh my God, Beyonce is suing. This is unbelievable. How could Beyonce be suing Rihanna? Like, what is she doing? Knowles Carter is suing Fendi in the Virgin Islands court." It just pops up out of nowhere after they talking about Jay Z, the Carter family was going against ASAP Rocky, right? Did they forget that you see Carter versus ASAP Rocky on that docket on the first one? And they was like, "Man, Sino, you didn't tell us Beyonce is suing Rihanna." I'd be like, because Beyonce is not suing Rihanna. That's why I didn't say it. Because one, that's not going down. If it was going down like that, that would be massively no. Beyonce is not suing Rihanna. Rihanna's not suing them. That's not going down that way. Rock Nation's lawyers was basically just representing, ASAP Rocky in the trial. So that makes no sense. He's part of their management team. Rihanna's still with them, but they haven't really had anything to manage with her. So this whole thing here is a fake because people don't look under the layers. You have to look under layers to find out if something is true or is it false. And that's what I did. Now I knew they had a problem in the situation, but it didn't lead to a lawsuit. Like her problems that Rihanna had with Rock Nation wasn't about that. It's about bitch better have my money. Pay me what you owe me. Don't act like you forgot. All right. So that's how the attitude was. And oh yeah, I mean the situation has never changed. Hmm. Now on the same website, it's called Justia. First of all, it's an untrustworthy site, and as you can see right here, this is on the same site. They got pig versus pigs. Porky Pig is the plaintiff versus the three little pigs in the Virgin Islands. Ducks versus Tunes. Daffy Duck versus Looney Tunes. right below it. This was all done on the same date. Like y'all just had to look through the whole list. Knowles Carter versus Fendi. Come on, man. This stuff is crazy. Like you just gotta look through this. This is obviously a fake. But Rock Nation just humorously put out a statement. But this could have been done by Tony Busby people to run as a distraction to take away what was happening in the Jay-Z case. It's not gonna work. Like it's Bush league stuff, homie. Nobody's buying that. Oh man. So no, you don't have anything to worry about. Okay, Rihanna and Jay-Z and Rock Nation. That's why I didn't even report it. I just moved on to the next thing because it was nothing to report on. I wasn't staying quiet. I was just there was nothing really to report to y'all. So I didn't want to waste people's time. But you know, all y'all keep hitting me up about it. Like, yo, dude, you ain't talked about it, man. There must be something going on. No, there's nothing going on. There isn't a lawsuit uh, at all. It's like absolutely nothing happened. I'm serious, please. Nothing going on. If it was, I would have told you something. All right. So yes, I know. I know. I tell you, I tell you, situations are crazy out here. I got to deal with puppet masters, and I got to be the puppet slayer for all these puppets that they use out here by going after their masters. You know, most of them service a master, and I got to just slaughter the masters. So while I continue to take care of these doggone puppets in the industry and be the puppet slayer, I'll get back to that day job. So I want to say shouts out to everybody out there who's been holding it down, keeping it real for me. It's been a lot of activity, a lot of talk, a lot of talk going on. Oh yeah, yeah. So we always got to keep it that way because they don't want people to know the truth. When people know the truth, other people get scared. They get real scared when other people know the truth. Oh well, Tony Busby's not going to go after him no more because it is what it is. That's the way they want to play the game. So you can't get mad at the way somebody plays the game and you just don't like it. It's just it's not it's not for you. But this news comes out right after Jay Z gets the charges dropped. They want to have a windfall of a distraction. That's what it's always about. This windfall of the distraction. Yeah, that's what they want to put to the world. Y'all remember this?
Tony, You the one that filed this and used this woman. And now you're going to have to face the fire and tell these people who put you up to it. You're going to have to tell the public, why did you make this girl do this and put her through this and use her face for you to file this lawsuit? That's what Jay gonna want to know. But, oh no, you finna pay for your discretion. Jay-Z lost $20 million. He stated he lost $20 million in deals the moment you filed that lawsuit. Roc Nation lost $20 million in contracts. Then threats on his life, his wife, who's Beyonce, and his daughter, Blue Ivy. You filed this lawsuit. You filed this lawsuit the day before the premiere of Mufasa, the Disney movie. Woo! It was strategically done to file that way. And he said it. Even though this case was dismissed with prejudice, which means you can't come after Jay-Z again. You would have to come with a damn good reason to come after Jay-Z, and it can't be in the same format. And he said you attempted to get money out of him, a number of different allegations, and said my life was threatened due to this lawsuit. And he provided evidence of it. He said, my wife received these threats due to these lawsuits. With my daughter, when we're supposed to be out there celebrating my daughter and my wife in this movie, our family can't even enjoy the celebration. And we worried and being threatened on our lives. And Jay-Z provided the evidence of the threats. Oh, yeah. Let me see if I can share the screen with you guys so we can all see the threats that was posted to Jigga Jay-Z. Look at what they said about Jay. People have said, I can't wait until you join Combs in prison, then later in hell. Other comments have accused me of being a Satanist, a trafficker, a terrorist, and a monster, calling me the N-word and threatened violence against me, my wife, including to kill or execute us. A day before the Lion King prequel Mufasa was going to premiere, you filed this lawsuit against Sean Corey Carter, knowing it was fraudulent. You did it anyway. Why? Why would you do it? Now, somebody tell old Teaser she's going to actually have to do some research because she thinks she can just continuously make a living just going off conspiracy theory and making up stuff as she go along. That's going to bite her in the ass. Now, let's get realistic. All these people came for Jay-Z's head and said you deserve to be in there with Diddy, never thought twice about what's the information they hearing, even true or false. They're basing it off of what they believe and do they like this person or dislike this person. Oh, tease and tails. Hey, she gonna be like, Carcino grabbed my boobs and did all this. I'm gonna be, oh, I sure did. No, I'm just kidding. Let she let me do it. No. Now, anyway, she's gonna have to understand, just like she ain't alone. It was a lot of people out there capping for Tony Busby like he was a hero. He's a scumbag. And I knew a scumbag when I see him.
And that's how I view him. That's how I view him, as a scumbag. So Tony Busby, the scumbag, is doing what a scumbag does. So you're right. So there is no surprise. There's no shocking off. You know, the Lil Wayne Super Bowl. That don't mean nothing. So no, there is no Rihanna versus Jay-Z and Rock Nation. I think that's some lame ass attempt by Tony Busby and his people to just cook up something so they could throw out there to throw the attention away on the headlines that he had to drop the Jay-Z case, which is not going to affect anything. But, you know, he's a bottom feeder. So that's what they do. All right. It's your boy Carcino here. Love, peace, and hair grease.